17th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
The bottom, 12 before the last paragraph, on the right-hand column, the full paragraph.
Thank you, I see it.
Okay. Gemora now presents a question. How may we draw up the note initially? And Nekus, Gemora, Kosav, Os, let us be apprehensive that perhaps the debtor didn't to borrow money in the month of Nisan. But he did not actually borrow the money until the month of Tishrei. The essay, we meet Raf, Kos, Shalom, Kadin. Thus, the creditor will come to unlawful will come to unlawful seize of real property from its purchase. More answers however said, this page, or the mission that permits a note of indebtedness to be drawn up even if the lender is not present speaks about notes of acquisition. For example, loan documents which stipulate that the borrower gives the person named as the lender an immediate lien against the real property for the amount recorded as a loan, even in the event that the lender does not lend him the money. In this case, we have the apprehension that the loan did not take place on the date specified when the note is irrelevant. For the debtor has obligated himself to pay the sum stipulated in the note regardless of whether the loan was made or not. That's interesting. Was the note really made?
Okay.
If you go down the notes below, Rashi, see also Rashi 16b, cites in a note there. One is when a person would draw up such a document, signed in the amendments of the part for the modification of Rashi's interpretation that removes the difficulty.
Good, Yosef. I'm glad you called. I forgot to call you. They're coming now. Oh, good, great. Yeah, I can't understand you.
Better if you call me.
The person I spoke to spoke English. Maybe he's not the installer. The installer only speaks Hebrew?
Yeah, he asked us in parking. He said it's expensive. There's only paid parking.
Tell them they can park in the lot and they can put the money on the bill.
Yeah, I told him there's no paid parking, right? Okay, so I'm going to call that.
Okay.
I told this space right now.
Yeah, me too.
I go to.
All right, yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay, so he's raising a a problem over here from what it says in the Mishnah. let's just take a look what it says in the Mishnah again, and then try to figure out what the Gemora's problem that it's raising. Other Tanan, it says in the Mishnah, it's a Mishnah in Bava Basra, Kuf Samach Zayin Amud Aleph, base. Kosvin shtar loloive, afal pisha ein malva imoy. So we allow, Mishnah says that we allow the writing of a loan document for the borrower to use, even though the lender is not there. Even though the lender is not there.
What do you mean for the borrower to use? How does he use it?
He's going to give this loan document to the what's he called again? The lender. He's going to give the loan document to the lender when the lender lends him the money. Because this document is the proof that the lender has in his possession that he's made the loan.
Okay. So you're saying the borrower writes it up? He writes the loan document?
Yeah, it's the borrower that writes it up. Now, what does it mean that even if the malva is not there with him? Rashi doesn't say anything. It means that, in other words, that the borrower, he's able to obligate himself with what it says in this document, in spite of the fact that that the loan has not yet actually been made.
So there's a problem with the date then.
I didn't hear that. Sorry?
There's going to be a problem with the date. He can't write the date of the loan if he doesn't know it yet.
Well, that's now going to be, I think, the Gemara's question. L'chatchila heichi kasvinu. How is he? How should he? What's the ideal way for us to have him write up this document? Here, in other words, we just got through saying that when we, generally speaking, when we have a loan document, we don't worry about the possibility, maybe the date on this document is not really when the loan was actually given. We assume that it was given on the date that it said on the star. That's what we said in the Gemora in the previous few lines. We said we had an exception to that we are concerned about a get that we a star that we found lying in the street. Then we're choshesh. As Rashi explained, that may be the very reason why the holder of the document was not so careful to keep the document, and it got lost from him, is because it wasn't really a proper document.
Right.
that's really the first thing that we got to say here that the Gemara doesn't really tell us, but this what we got to know is that it's not proper to use such a document like that. So the Gemara is questioning lechatchila, what's the ideal way to have this document written? Nichush shemekasav lelavos benisan v'lo lava ad tishrei. That's exactly what the Gemara's question is over here. Like you're saying, in such a scenario that the Mishnah mandates that the borrower can write up the document even though the mal was not there, and if the mal was not there, well, the loan is not being made right now. He's not there. So when is it going to happen? The Gemara says maybe it's going to come out a scenario that he's going to have it written up and it's going to be dated in Nisan, and the actual loan doesn't get to be actually given until Tishrei. Now, the point of that is if we talk about from what point in time is the real property of the loiva indebted. Let's say it's got a clause in the contract that says that this that in the event of non-payment, then the lender can go after property of the of the loiva, of the borrower, and even if it's sold, he can there'll be a lien on his property, and even if he sells it, the right, like we've been saying, the buyer will have to take that into account when he buys the property from the borrower. That time cannot be from Nisan because the loan wasn't even made yet. That the earliest time that he'll have that ability is from the time of Tishrei, when the loan was actually made. So the clause in the contract doesn't really work until Tishrei. But you got a problem because the document itself, on the face of the document, it's dated Nisan. Yeah. And that's what the Gemara says over here. So with a document like this, this is giving the rise to the concern that the guy may use it, the lender may use it to get paid to take property from a purchaser of property who purchased the property before the loan was actually made. And that's Shelo Kedin. That would be against the law to be able to use that document in that way. So let's see what the Gemara answers to this question. Omar Rav Asi. Louis, want to read Omar Rav Asi?
Okay. I will read, but I just have to warn you that I might get called away because we're installing a dude for my son, and he keeps calling me because they're asking him questions. So I apologize if I have to step away.
Okay, very good.
Ravasi could answer you Afalgav Tarei de Lav Hakina'a. Even though that the document is not
No.
an acquisition type of document. Hakina'a is acquisition. Ki Leka Malva Bahadei Lo Kasvinan. When the lender is not present, the borrower may not draw it up. He can't write it when the lender's not there. Masnisen Kavan de Nafal it Isra lay. Our Mishnah, since the document was lost, it is flawed.
Sorry, Lou, where are you reading from?
I
think you're reading further on in the Gemora, Omer Ravasi.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. Omer Ravasi.
It's Ravasi on the bottom of it's the last three words on 12b.
Oh yeah. I turned the page. Sorry about that. Amar Rav Asi. Okay, it's the last three words. Okay, Amar Rav Asi. Beshit Rei Hakena. The Mishnah that permits a note of indebtedness to be drawn up even if the lender is not present speaks about a note of acquisition. Okay, so we said the note of acquisition was different from the loan document. The note of acquisition, it says, i.e. loan documents which stipulate that the borrower gives the person named as the lender an immediate lien against his real property for the amount recorded in the loan, even in the event that the lender does not lend him the money. In this case, the apprehension that the loan did not take place on the date specified in the note is irrelevant.
What?
Why is
over here? What exactly are?
I'm reading the English. Let me just read the Hebrew so I don't confuse you. So it says it's a notes of acquisition. Talking about notes of acquisition. Rav Asi says it's notes of acquisition that it's speaking about. Daha Shabaid Shibud Nafshe. For the debtor has obligated himself. So the Rav Asi says that what we're talking about is a note where the debtor obligates himself. Sorry, excuse me. Hello?
Oh, Lou, you disappeared.
What?
I said, Lou, you disappeared.
Okay, so we'll pick it up from here. So Rav Asi said that B'shitri Haknoah, talking about something called Shitre Hakna Daha Shabid Nafshe, that he doesn't just put his property as being on lien, but he puts himself as being on lien. What exactly does that mean? And how does it get around the problem that we raised of maybe this loan document will be used in an improper way? Do we mean to say, oh, we're not talking about a loan document anymore? You got it wrong. But the Mishnah did say the loiva. We're talking about a borrower. We thought they were talking about a borrower in connection with his loan document. Maybe what Ravasi is saying is, no, we're not talking about the loan document of the borrower. We're talking about the shtar hakna of the borrower. What is exactly a shtar hakna? So Rashi says over here on the top, Rashi on Yud Gimel. And with that, we have a round of applause for Yud Beis, Amid Beis, 12b, hooray! Now, we're talking about the shtar hakna. Says Rashi, shemaknelo nechosov mehayom, that this borrower, he gives over from his nechosiv, from his properties, to the lender, mehayom, from today, that this shtar hakna is drawn up. Bein yilava, bein lo lilava, and this will be a document whether or not the lender lends him money, or even if he does not lend him any money. Yigve mehen leososman mehayom. This lender will, with this document that's been given to him, he will be able to collect from the day that's said on this document, this shtar hakna. He'll have the authority to collect those properties that the borrower possesses from the day that this document is written up. It's not going to depend on a loan. That's more or less what Rashi's talking about. V'shtarbo nasis hakna bezman hachasima al shibud nechasim bein im tiyeh halva bein im lo tiyeh halva. Ba'ofen zeh bedinhu sheyigvenu hakarkos shenimkru mizman hakosu b'shtar. And so therefore we don't run into the problem that the lender is gonna improperly use this document because he has legal authority to claim karka that the borrower sells from the date of this shtar. Now, what I don't really understand is what is this document all about? When would somebody use such a document like this for? That I don't understand. I mean, it sounds like we're talking about he already owes the guy money, or he did a certain favor for him or something. And so he's saying he's gonna pay him back with he's giving him this shtar hakna, and the shtar hakna, the way that it works, it works from the day that it's written. Yeah, that's what I don't understand, really. What exactly is the case that he writes? Under what circumstance does he write such a document? I don't know. Maybe the Gemara says the Hashabit Nafshe. From that time that this star is written, the borrower, he is mishabed himself and his nechasim to pay off the chov. So it does sound he is a loiva. Sounds like there was a previous loan. There was a previous loan that was loaned, and it has not been paid. So now he's giving him, the loiva is giving to the guy, to the one that loaned him the money, this shtar haknoah to be able to collect.
So what did I miss? There's two loans actually?
Yeah, what I'm trying to figure out is what is this shtar haknoah all about? When is it used? What's the circumstances that we're talking about that it would be used? I don't.
You want me to read you the English?
Yeah, let's see what he says.
It says the note of acquisition. The notes of acquisition are loan documents which stipulate that the borrower gives the person named as the lender an immediate lien against his real property for the amount recorded as the loan, even in the event that the lender does not lend him the money. In this case, the apprehension that the loan did not take place on the date specified in the note is irrelevant.
Right. But why would somebody write such a shtar haknoah altogether? That I don't get it. Does he owe him any money, or he obviously must owe him the money? But so which money does he owe him? The only thing I can think of, we're talking about that he already loaned him something. But if so, then why is Rashi saying even if he doesn't loan him any money after this note of acquisition has been written? He already loaned him. That's why he's writing him this note of acquisition. Something doesn't make sense over here.
Okay, there's a footnote that talks about that. It says Rashi. Rashi is the author of the English I just read you, and then it says, see also Rashi to 16b, Dibra Maskil Star Hakinaa. That's the same wording as we have here, cited in note 12 there. So I can look that up if you want. Roche wonders why a person would draw up such a document.
Oh, okay, good. So I'm in good company. That's the rush he wants to know too. Why is the guy writing this thing up?
So it says, see Teshuvos Harivash 161, cited in the Sivos Hamishpat 3913 for a modification of Rashi's interpretation that removes this difficulty.
Oh, okay. In other words, the way that they're understanding Rashi is that the borrower has not really received anything from the lender yet.
Right.
And for some reason, he's writing him this shtar haknoah, this note of acquisition that we call it, and really the guy, the would-be lender who hasn't lent him anything yet so far, he's got the right to use it from the day that this document is written up, even though he hasn't lent him anything yet, and he may never lend him anything, says Rashi. So why would the Lov want to write up a document like that? He's got such a hard time getting a loan that he's got to write a document like this. And it doesn't sound like a very a very good deal.
You want me to read you note 12 on 16B?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. The Gemora says, Amar Shmuel said, Hamotzi Shtar Ha-Kina'a Bashuk. If one finds a document of acquisition in the street, okay, that's what the Gemara says. There's a footnote on that word acquisition, and it says, unlike an ordinary document of indebtedness, which records an obligation that takes effect only if the debtor actually borrows, a document of acquisition states that the witnesses acting on behalf of the creditor secured an agreement from the debtor to pay the stated amount regardless of whether he subsequently borrows. This is accomplished by the performance of an act of acquisition. Hence the document's name. Turning to Rashi. And I'm sorry, I gotta step away now.
Okay, we're out of time anyway.
Okay.
It's 3:03. Hey, everybody, Yashikoyak for coming.
Okay. 4 o'clock, Will, right? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Have a good day.
Have a good day, Alan.
Yeah.